Hello, thank you for stopping by. My name is Becky and this is Bex Reads, and today I have a bookstore adventure for you. I know that I said I was going to try and limit my book spending in 2025, okay? I know, but I could have spent a hell of a lot more at this bookstore than I did. So in a sense, I limited it, even though I didn't really need to stop at this bookstore. But anyway, New Jersey finally got a romance-only bookstore. Yay, a round of applause. I am so happy. I think the closest one prior to this one was in Brooklyn, and I just didn't want to go to New York just to go to a romance-only bookstore. So they opened one in Collingswood, New Jersey. Great, the trash is here. You know what? I'm just gonna go with it. I am going to try in 2020-25. That's a long year. I am going to try in 2025 to not edit myself as much as in these videos. So that's part of it right there. Anyway, what was I saying? They finally opened one in Collingswood, New Jersey, which is only about 45 minutes south of where I live. So here is some footage of me exploring Kiss and Tale in Collingswood, New Jersey. Smut Street. That's
feels like love. Cupid made a shot straight into my heart. Now I'm falling fast and my world's expanding. Feels like love. Even though we're kinda nervous, together we'll be strong. I don't know for sure, all I know. Didn't know what hit me when we started. I was shaking electric, trying to stay calm and collected. On that summer afternoon, you were shining like a gem in the sunlight. We were out until midnight, yeah. You said
so many people love this book, and I'm just afraid I'm gonna hate it, so I don't want to read it. He's just a fucking cute cowboy.
Feels like love. Cupid made a shot straight into my heart. Now I'm falling fast and my world's expanding.
Oh, I don't want it. Thank you, though.
Together we'll be strong. I don't know for sure, all I know. This feels like the sweetest breath of air. Oh yeah, it's amazing. At the same time, how you take my breath away. Oh yeah, can't explain. You said, do you wanna go?
Oh, I was looking for that. Yay. Oh my god, you guys. Okay, so I don't want to say that this is my favorite indie bookstore that I've ever visited, because there are others that I really like the layout, the selection. They have great customer service, they have cafes, and if you know me by now, you know I love a bookstore with a cafe in it. But I am going to say that this is one of the best bookstores that I have visited, mainly because it is entirely focused on selling romance books. And if you have followed my bookstore adventures, which I will link the playlist down in the description, one of my biggest gripes is when bookstores either don't have any romance section or they have a very small romance section. So you give me a bookstore that has nothing but romance books, I'm gonna be in love, okay? I could have spent so much more time in this bookstore. I could have spent so much more money in this bookstore. Because I loved it. So this isn't a very big bookstore. It is a rather small one, but that being said, I love the vibes of it. They have these like double doors that open, and the bookshelves are all like this nice rustic wood. They have these little signs all throughout the shelves that tell you what subgenre of romance is where, which I thought was so freaking cute. The staff was very welcoming. They said hello when I walked in the door. When I asked them for help finding like a specific book recommendation, they went around the store and they spent time doing that. They interacted with most of the customers that were in the store when I was in there. And this had a pretty good stream of customers while I was there. You probably couldn't tell by the video because I try not to record other people as best as I can, but there was a steady stream. I really like the selection of books. They have a lot of indie authors plus like traditionally published authors. They have a lot of books with like sprayed edges and fancy special editions. And then they just have your standard books as well. They have a YA section of romance all the way up to dark romance and mafia romance. They even have a Regency romance, historical romance section. I thought the shelves were very clearly lined out, and it wasn't the most cramped space, but it also wasn't the most like maneuverable space. You know what I mean? As far as accessibility, there is one step up to get into the store, so I didn't see like any back entrance or a ramp or anything like that. So wheelchair accessibility isn't there. And I feel like if you were maybe the only customer in the store in a wheelchair, you could maneuver around. But as far as like if it's got a lot of people in it, I wouldn't say it's the most accessible bookstore. They do sell other things there besides books. They have t-shirts, mugs, calendars. They have blind dates with the books. They have just candles and other knick-knacky stuff for book lovers as well. I did pick up a shirt while I was there, which I should have worn for this video, but it is in the washer. It just says Fantasy Reader Book Club on it. But I did pick that up. I also just love talking to the people who were working there about the romances because, you know, you don't often get to do that in most other bookstores. This is just gush about romances with the sellers. They did tell me that they eventually hope to start a book club and host events there, so that is something I am looking forward to as well. But I thoroughly enjoyed my time here. If you are in New Jersey or you are in like Philadelphia or even like Delaware or something, if it's not too far for you to drive to go to Collingswood and you are a romance reader, I highly suggest you check this bookstore out because for your romance loving heart, it's like a dream come true. I did pick up some other things other than a shirt. I did pick up a tote bag because they did have a tote bag with their logo on it. It says Kiss and Spell, a romance bookstore, so I'll add that to my tote wall. I also picked up 3 books there, and like I said, I could have bought more. So the first one I picked up was Contortionist by Catherine Ann Kingsley. So this is a book that I have had on my interested list on Amazon for a while. I don't really know anything about it other than it is a dark romance set at either a circus or a carnival. That's literally all I knew. When I checked out the woman working there, she said this was one of her favorite darker romance. She said it is very dark, which kind of scares me because I don't typically enjoy dark romance. But because it is set at a carnival, I'm willing to give it a shot. And it is one that I did see there, and it is one that I had been interested in reading. So I picked that up. Next, I picked up Under Lock and Key by Lana Ferguson. Y'all know I don't like these cartoon covers, but this is a Loch Ness Monster shifter, maybe romance. I don't know, but I went to Scotland a couple years ago. I even have a bookstore adventure vlog for it. Check that out. And I just thought this sounded like the cutest freaking thing ever. So, of course, I wanted to read it, and I was so happy to find it there because I was looking for it, too. I was like, there's this book that I want. And when I saw it, I was like, oh my gosh, there it is. And then the last book I picked up was a YA romance, which I didn't realize was a gay romance. So that's fun. I just picked it up mainly for the cover. It is The Hollow and the Haunted by Camilla Rains. I mean, come on. It's got a guy in a coffin on it and some skulls, and that's all that really drew my eye to it. But I read the synopsis, and I believe it is about these like two sort of like Romeo and Juliet vibes. It's giving these two families that don't like each other, and this boy is having these dreams of this other young man, and it's actually like what happened to him when he died, and they end up forming a friendship and or a romance. So I will hopefully get to reading this one day. That was my trip to Kiss and Tell in Collingswood, New Jersey, and my thoughts on it. Let me know down in the comments, do you have a romance-only bookstore near you? Or would you love to visit this one? Or let me know what was the last indie bookstore that you stopped at. But if you don't want to comment that but would like to let me know that you made it to the end of this video, could you leave me a heart emoji, please? And with that, until my next video, go out there and support an indie bookstore. Bye!